Hello and good evening, everybody. We are finally back after all this time. I'm Lucas of Lucas Givrati. I'm here with a bunch of my friends to play the Yawning Portal campaign, Chapter 1, the Sunless Citadel, which is now episode number 5 already. Can't believe it. And today is October the 8th, which is 2020. And we'll just do a quick recap and we'll get started because I'm excited to watch the murder. I say I'm going to kill them. It is not right. They are going to kill all of my monsters. That is correct. So welcome back, everybody. Glad we're all here. Glad to see Baragon and his third person talking. Eilenia, our prissy elf, who is always at odds with both Richter and Calcaria. But Richter and Calcaria also had a little bit of at odds with each other. It's perfect drama, by the way. We have Tristan, who's our newest human cleric, which replaced our last human cleric. Weird how that happens. And
we found him in a box.
And then don't forget,
I'm the man in the box.
And then our favorite NPC, Meepo the Kobold, who rides in amongst the mane of Baragons. Well,
Truly the leader of our merry band, Meepo the Mighty.
See, it's just, he's really manipulating you. He's just the mastermind behind it all. Just like I think from the Star Wars episodes 1, 2, and 3, where Jar Jar Binks was truly the Master Sith the entire time, and did everything the way he wanted to do.
Darth Binks.
Darth Binks.
You never guess it's me. I betcha.
The Force will be with you, sir.
I am getting PTSD and I hate you so much.
All right, we'll put Jar Jar on a shelf and we will just open up. And let me go. Last time.
Good.
Let me switch over to our map. Well, our map is not really going to show us much right now. So, let you guys talk a little bit last time. You pretty much found Tristan and fought some rats, I think.
Yep.
Hello?
He was cleric in a box, dealing with rats nibbling at his door. Calcaria tried to...
I was suddenly saved by a giant lion man in a loincloth.
I'm hurt. I helped with that. I even offered you a rat on a stick. I'm the one who gave you a ration, you ungrateful git.
Baragon helps everyone. Baragon will be there for everyone.
So your Calcaria also attempted to Spartan kick the magic door of Nope. And we had to disassemble the giant.
And now I've got a... Well, it will be a weapon.
You can give it to the kobolds.
It's a work in progress.
Can they make 2 kama from it?
I think so, but it's going to take a little bit of time. If you want to return for it, like on your next rest, I'm sure.
I don't trust them.
Well, I mean, you've come back and you've stayed under their roof for at least over a full day, and they haven't murdered you in your sleep. Oh, I mean, and they're.
I'm pretty sure she was rendered unconscious. That wasn't a conscious decision.
Well, that is true.
Yeah, she was unconscious again. That was not a conscious choice.
But you have to remember though, they also want you. They want their dragon back. And they're waiting for you to get it. So I mean.
Okay. Let's put it this way: she doesn't trust them not to fuck it up.
That is fair.
So it's staying with me until we get back to town or find somebody.
I mean,
we are talking goblins, so you explaining to them what commas are, they might be all sorts of confused.
Yeah, kobolds aren't. Yeah, no. She just kind of points at Meepo. I don't want that involved in wanking my weapon.
What is wrong with Meepo?
Meepo's just like,
Nothing is
But
wrong
yeah.
with Meepo.
Go
Meepo
on,
is
so we
perfect.
agree on something.
But yeah, we left the door very much shut because we didn't have a way of opening it. Because clerics don't get turned undead until level 2 or level 3. It's level 2. Okay, so we could possibly go back for that door.
Which
eventually.
I have now.
you should be able to do it now, given that.
Let's see.
Because
Yes,
that is
I
the
have.
weirdest decision ever. Wizards.
I have channel divinity turn undead now, so
Ooh, we can get through that door.
Mm-hmm. And, well, we went to the end of the hallway that we
And
were
then-
working, found 2 goblins huddled behind a mass, and, well, after dancing on caltrops and Calcaria getting like-
Yes.
crit shotted.
Yeah, taking 2 arrows to the chest will do that.
Yeah. One of
forgot-
which was a
Mm.
critical hit, wasn't it?
I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
It hurt a lot.
It hurt a lot. I'm pretty sure one of them critted, yeah.
Yeah. And then our cleric picked Calcaria up. Then we went further north because we heard the scrabbling of more goblins setting up defenses. So it's like, nope. Richter, of course, was a greedy nonsense and picked up a bunch of caltrops. So he's now got a pocket full of sharp metal objects. And then we went and found another fountain. And, well, this one was less of a goodie bag because it was in a deactivated trap room, and then our cleric, who could understand Draconic, read aloud.
It's-
And
You all wanted to know what was being read. I was only providing the service, no matter what the consequence.
And we got gas trapped, and the only reason why Richter survived was because I burned an inspiration to re-roll my save. But so I think the only one left standing was literally me and the wizard, and that was because the wizard was on the opposite end of the room.
I was.
No, I
standing
think that was-
because
Oh, was it Baragon on the
it
other
was
end of the room?
me because I didn't enter the cloud radius.
And
I
Meepo,
didn't enter the radius.
and so Meepo was also safe, and that's when he was like, "I want to help," and Baragon's like, "No," and he's like, "Yes, they're my friends too."
So then I went and helped drag them as well.
Yeah.
Meepo always help.
Yes, Meepo. Meepo is good boy.
Meepo, our own little
Baragon, put
golem.
Meepo back off.
Yeah.
So goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, it may be a level 1 to 3 dungeon, but expect gas traps still, because that was a gnarly one.
Yes.
Ah, it was indeed. Let me take a look here. Okay. Anyway, yeah, and then you guys had to retreat at that point. You came back under Yuzdrael's roof. Yuzdrael, who is the goblin, or is the kobold empress queen, tyrant lady, whatever she calls herself. It's like 100 titles. And she wants you still to get their white dragon Calcrix back. So she's like, all right, you rest here. And you've rested for over a day. Everybody's recovered. Everybody feels good. I think, do you get Quarian back at this point there, Elenia?
It was, I don't have the, actually, let me read that. I don't think so, because I think I need the component. I have to recast the spell again, and I don't have the components for it.
Okay.
Let's see.
So
Spell.
something you can do eventually, right?
Like, once we get back to town, I can do it.
Okay.
Unless there are 10 GP worth of charcoal and scents and herbs and a brazier. I think I butchered that.
Brazier.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
room.
Not a brassiere. That's something completely different.
Well,
Yeah,
you might be able to
that's
find those in
completely different.
certain parts of town.
And here we see
That just
and here we
sounds
see a
uncomfortable.
flaming brazier.
Those are lying
I actually
literally
had
everywhere.
somebody say that.
Actually, no. You know what?
I
That sounds
actually
like?
had somebody say that running a game. And here we have a flaming brazier, and I'm sitting there going, really?
That sounds like that sounds like part of, like, you know how in the, I don't know if this is still a thing, but back in the day,
Sounds like the bard had too much of a
World of
party last
Warcraft's,
night.
like, armor in MMO RPGs was kind of unrealistic
Thaco?
for
Are you talking about
ladies.
Thaco?
We do not talk about Thaco here.
Never mind.
It's
Let's chat.
blasphemy.
We'll chat later about stuff.
Yeah.
Let's move on to
Yeah.
what are you guys doing now that you're all loaded up, healthy, ready to go, and sitting right where you were at. If you are looking at taking a shorter route to the goblin, it is through this door, right? Yeah. They said the next corridor has a pit trap
Right.
in it.
I did not see where you pinged. I'm in a weird
Yeah,
spot
I
on the
did
map.
not-
Give me a... Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go. I see now.
Oh, as to what
I
we're
was about to
doing, I'm checking my pockets and taking an inventory of all my stuff.
And
It's
then
all-
you shall
it's-
do the same.
It's all there. The kobolds have been most proper with you guys. Actually, we'll put one goblin or one kobold's like standing by the door. If you've inquired about it, he's like, this one, Meepo, no.
Yep.
Oops. Let me adjust the map so you guys can see. I keep forgetting on the stream.
Big
There you go.
big blocks of darkness.
Yep, but I've actually gone through the door. He's like, don't forget, in next hallway, very large pit trap, but 2 foot wide catwalk right down center. You find lines, you see it, you trace it good. Don't set off trap. We catch gobos there.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, this shortcut to gobos, which means it's shortcut for them to us, so we must guard more vigorously.
Makes sense.
The big word for a small creature.
Yes.
But yeah. Just a quick clarification for the folks at home too, just in case there is some confusion. We also did level up
Oh yes.
to level 2. We're now level 2 adventurers, which is why you now see that some of us have multi-class and others have not, because other players want to go
straight
with
up.
a more pure build. So
Yep, we now have a rogue bard and a monk barbarian, which is my favorite build in the world that I've never gotten to play. So I'm going to be watching Calcario extra close to see what.
I wouldn't. I don't play optimally. I know this.
I'm just imagining just angry like meathead just like punching at the speed of sound now.
It's kind of been what she is, like even just at level 1. I mean, that's kind of her, which is literally the only reason I went monk barbarian.
I think it's perfectly in character, and I support it 1000%.
All
right.
her personality traits and flaws and everything, it just screams barbarian.
All right, guys. So,
Well,
what you gonna do?
companions, where do we go? Where do we go? What do we do?
Take the shortcut, bash in some goblin heads. Oh yeah, and find the thing we're looking for.
Ah, the
Dragon.
yes.
And myself in agreement
Yes.
with the-
So before we
Don't finish that thought, wizard.
But
Why not let her finish her thought? Let her finish.
Yes, let her finish.
Well, I was so rudely interrupted. And I was going to say, it's strange that I find myself in agreement with the short-tempered one.
even Princess agrees. So, all right, shortcut it is. But give me just a second here, and we see Richter kind of go over to one of the braziers or torches and just get some soot from it, and probably pulls out a little bit of salt from his ration. It's like, considering that the whole lizard speak thing kind of backfired on us, I'm going to do a thing so I can actually read it, so that way then I can kind of follow along, and hopefully we avoid let there be death. So, AKA, I would like to take this chance to go ahead and ritual cast comprehend languages.
How long will that be in effect for?
It is a duration 1 hour.
Oh,
So it's going to take 10 minutes for me to cast because it's a ritual. So that way I don't use a spell slot.
yeah. I think you have time to knock that off right as everybody's finishing their preparations. Everybody's kind of chatting and talking. I don't think you have a problem with getting that done.
Speaking of which, I'll cast Mage Armor on myself.
All right, sounds good. So there's definitely draconic scribblings on the walls from the kobolds in this hallway, and it says, here there be dragons. So it's definitely. So you before you're like, yeah, that's some weird scribbling, real ugly looking. Now you're like, now it looks like real ugly common to your eyes in some way. Yep. I don't know if you got my message, Frost. If you have any way to up your volume or move closer to your mic.
Oh, I thought I did. Sorry.
Yep. And we just lost Jeff.
Oh, did we?
Oh. Yep.
Uh-oh.
But thank you.
Gremlins, folks.
Thank you for letting
Before
us.
we deal with goblins, we must deal with gremlins, apparently.
Gonna be one of those nights.
We'll get Jeff back. We don't need to wait for him. He'll just be last initiative order. Just kidding.
Well, I mean, he is the cleric. That's kind of the whole cleric shtick, is always last in initiative.
Okay. This is as high as it can go.
Whoa. You can go down one touch. Got a little echoey there, but it's getting there. Your mic has been good before too. I've heard it.
It's probably because I have a dehumidifier running. Like,
That's not bad.
Oh, it's probably running auto squelch
yeah.
in the back because there's background noise. So it's trying to squelch on the background noise.
That's not bad right there though, where you're at. Your face is a little close to the camera, but I'm just gonna. No, you're fine. So we'll get you guys back in the right positions in a minute. Oh, that's good. Once Jeff jumps back in, so we'll have to move you guys.
Realized I'm post, so I need to be looking at the.
We're getting there, everybody. We're getting there.
Yep.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yep. So, Tice, that one was bad, and you should feel bad, Brent. They made a clerical error. Says Tice.
That's good. Don't listen to him. That one's good.
I enjoy and welcome all puns, even if they're horribly bad. I don't care either way. Bring on the puns. All right, guys. What y'all's doing?
Okay, Tristan will return shortly-ish because his internet went poop. But yeah, once the ritual is done, so that way I have comprehend languages, which means I understand anything that anyone is saying and anything that is written. It's just I can't speak it back.
Oh, okay, so Draconic, you can read it and understand it spoken, just not.
But I can't speak it. So.
Okay, that'll actually be good. That'll be very good. So.
Okay.
So it also means that I just read slower than everybody else too. So, but yeah, once that's done, if everybody else is ready, we can start pushing into Goblin Territory.
I wonder who will go first.
I will.
I guess correctly in my head. All right.
I was going to say ladies first.
Let me do a little revealing of area. Now I'm showing you the trap because they pointed it out. So after a moment of looking, you can see there's a nice deep pit. But as they explained to you, let's get a different color here. This random color. There's like a 2-foot wide catwalk that goes right down the middle. So the doors on each side would open if you're not just right, and you could fall in, and it looks like it's a manual reset. But they wish you to leave that alone because in case goblins storm through, they still want the trap to be there ready to go. If that makes sense.
Easy.
I'm just waiting for the axes to come swinging out of the wall.
Oh, and I forgot to tell you about that. Whoops.
Oh, to give Calcaria yet another weapon?
I can only use so many comma.
Meepo,
Anyway.
stay safe.
Are you sure about
You
that?
stay in my main.
Oh.
I mean, unless I fashion them into like some sort of throwing weapon.
Meepo, stay right in here. I'd never gone this way, but it goes deep into Goblin Territory very quickly.
Good.
But yeah,
Now onwards.
Calcari will go first.
Okay, there's nothing much in this room except for the pit. There's not really a description otherwise that I need to give you. And there's a door on the other side. Draw a shape. There's we like to make the doors here in the red. So let's go ahead and do that now. Can we see it on the overlay? I think that we can. Okay. So yeah, if you guys are... Oh, Tristan popped right back into his spot too.
Yep.
Everybody popped right back
Yay.
into their spots. Oh my goodness. It's... Oh, nope, not in this
I
other...
think it's because they're ordered alphabetically on the Zoom call, aren't they?
No, it's dependent on everyone's
Oh.
instance.
It's
right,
it's almost perfect. But anyways,
Yep.
take care of it in post. Welcome back, Tristan. You guys,
Yeah.
they have not.
Unfortunately, we're getting hit by the storm that's just outside of Hurricane Delta.
Mm,
So go out there and
So,
wiggle
yeah.
that dish around a little bit. Climb up on the roof,
Get up there, it'll be fine.
scrape it off, and get back at it.
burn the proper incense and recite the proper litanies. Appease your machine spirit.
Yep.
So,
But I'm back.
Yay!
Yay.
Well, we are
Everyone's at
here.
the door, so I can put the door.
No type of roll to make that
crossing.
drapes across the pit.
I'm gonna say if you're taking your time, and there's no pressure right now, you can get across it. However, if it's during combat or there's any other distractions, then yes, it'll be an acrobatics check. But I'm being a kind dungeon master.
Thank you.
Hi, Lenny is like, I really don't want to make an acrobatic. No, actually, I think she'd be pretty good at it. But
Yeah, but I'd rather not push that because this isn't Shadowrun with its edge parachute.
all right, so you guys move yourself through this room and into the next room anywhere you want, or yeah, go ahead and walk right in, no problem. Calcaria springs the trap. Just kidding.
See, it's things like that I don't trust.
Well, then maybe let the Hobbit go first.
No, Calcaria doesn't care. Calcaria just nope, I'm first. Me.
Calcaria Badger don't care. All right, so this room
Pretty much, yeah.
This room has no description, actually, at all. 24 did, but it didn't really matter because you guys were... Now, if you weren't friendly with the kobolds, obviously you wouldn't know about the pit, and they would have probably caught you, but not a big deal. So...
Oh crap, my bad. Sorry
Fine.
about that.
How dare you cast...
We need to know it anyway.
Mage Armor, you have that on. You did your other spell there to comprehend languages. So you guys are in this room right now. Before we enter the next room, take up positions where you wish. And go ahead and everybody can make... Let's see. Oh, this is where I can try to do some GM rolls, right?
Oh no.
So this is where I click to GM.
Yep.
Now I'm looking at my... I see that on one character sheet, I can roll to GM or public, but then I'm looking on this other monster character sheet and I don't see that there.
Was it? Crap. And of course, I'm not. Let me open something on the side so I can see
That's weird.
something similar, so that way I can check.
Maybe I have to open the gear.
So, just first off,
I shouldn't be taking time like this.
Yep, no worries. It happens. So you're just trying to roll GM?
Oh, there's a whisper toggle. I found it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I have to do it with each individual monster. That's fun. All right. Why can't it just be on? Doggone it. All right.
Because that's not how settings work.
All right. So it doesn't sound like you guys are trying to be incredibly stealthy to me. So you can go ahead.
I mean, I can.
No, that's fine. Why don't you just go ahead and make some perception checks?
Okay, cool.
Should we all
No.
make them?
Oh god.
Perception.
I mean, if you're in the room and you want to, I'm not going to make you make it. It's up to you. I said you can make a perception check.
I see how it
I'm never going to make you make a roll.
I noticed nothing.
Yo.
Well, princess.
I noticed nothing either.
What do your elven ears hear?
See,
just
you were
all
like, well, you almost like, well, I might not make the roll or something. They're like, what? Okay, let's see.
Eliania, what do your elf ears hear?
Only you right now, buddy. Let me just take a look at your comparisons here. So Baragon hears nothing but his own third-person monologue. Kakari is focused on smashing through a door. So I'll work this way up. Tristan, you hear just a little bit of movement on the other side of the door, but you don't get much. Richter, you hear just a tiny bit more. You hear like there's a couple different sets of footsteps squabbling around. And Ilenia, you're like, oh yeah, there's definitely... I mean, you got a natural 20, right? So
Yeah.
you may... Whether you hear everything or not, you know there's at least 3 or 4 smaller creatures shuffling around there. You hear like, quiet, they're coming. You know, maybe once. Do you speak... What language... You speak Draconic and Elven and Common, probably, right?
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
Okay. So, you hear... They come in, then another something responds in some other guttural language. You're like, well, it's probably Goblin, even if you're not sure, right?
Yeah.
And there you go. I feel like... You can say what you want, but I feel like it's probably a good time to get initiative going in just a moment here. Don't roll it quite yet. I want to know what you guys want to do.
What kind of door does this? Like, how sturdy does it look?
Standard wooden door, like you've seen throughout the dungeon. Strength check.
Before you terminate that door with extreme prejudice,
So she pauses with like 1 foot raised.
there appears to be 3 or 4 goblins on. Or
Oh,
something
good.
that
So
speaks
she
of
takes,
them
like-
on the other side.
You say that. She takes like half a step back to get just a little bit more start at it, and then kicks the door in.
Hoping to blow it
Good.
off its hinges.
So let me roll. That's just plus strength, right?
I would say that's fine.
13.
Sure. So let's, before any further, let's all go ahead,
Yeah.
click your tokens, and let's roll initiative. I know I definitely got. Let me. Oh, I am gonna have to reveal some areas, aren't I?
Click into token
Whee!
Ugh.
and initiative.
Hobbit goes zoom zoom.
Man, I'm rolling like crap
Oh,
tonight.
shh. I was so busy elf-splaining everything that... yeah.
That's great. I love it.
Oh,
Elf
Don't worry.
splaining.
Oh
Baragorn
my.
is not rolling any better.
Oh, hello there.
That's a lot.
the
Oh.
hell is that?
Oh,
Whoa.
oh yes. Guys,
Goblin?
let,
Uh,
did I mention that I picked up an AoE spell?
Well, before you
Well, that
you
sucks
do
because
anything,
I
That's
export.
well,
Oh,
that's a hobbit stuck in something. At least that if that little portrait is to be believed, next to the kobold.
that's the portrait from the book. But yes, let me find. I always lose where initiative is. So let me get about 500 initiatives here.
oh. Okay, never mind what I just said. If I zoom there, we'll all get, have a bad time.
Oof.
Ooh, that one goblin.
That one was not prepared.
You are not prepared.
He was so
Damn it,
unprepared,
Carl.
he just deleted himself out of existence.
Your hobgoblin and his 2 cronies in the back just disappeared.
Oh, I revealed them. I didn't think they were. You're not supposed to see those guys, so pretend like you didn't see them.
Oh,
Oh, that
Don't
is a
pay
wall
any
in
attention
another
to the
room
man
there.
behind the curtain.
oh,
I didn't do that very well. I'm still getting the hang of.
good point. Gotcha. Oh, is there like a door there?
Okay, let me see how it looks on the overlay. Oh, actually, I still see it the same way, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so let me get the everything in descending order. Richter is definitely first, and there is a lot of people here. Okay,
All right, Zoomy boy, go.
Yeah.
So-
Let's see.
you smash open the door, and the remnants hit the one goblin that's the southmost, just like this, and you see 4 goblins in there, but you see the one in the most northwest corner is actually behind this gnome, and he's got a crude dagger, and he's got him at knife point like this. And the goblin next to him has a kobold meat shield in front of him, also holding at knife point. And they're like, stop, stop, stop. And then you hear the gnome, it's like, hello, if you don't mind, before you attack, please hear me out, as your life and, at the very least, my life depends upon it. If you don't mind.
Is he doing this in common, or is he doing it like in Gnomish or Goblin?
Uncommon.
Okay.
Hear him out.
He's like, the goblins are prepared for you, and they want to offer you a couple options before blood was shed. Now, Richter, you can still move first. Obviously, it is still your turn. There's a little free talk here if everybody's paused, no one's fighting. But if you don't want to even listen anymore or want to move on, you can. But he's just like, he's just there. You can see he's in he looks very thin, like his clothes look too big, but they look like they're tattered remnants of what he used to wear, possibly vestments of a cleric. But even for a gnome, he looks like he doesn't have much meat on his bones. He looks very dirty, very smudgy. And like I said, he's got a knife to his throat. He's like, and if you don't say anything, he's like, the goblins either want you to leave and never come back. And he's like, got his hands like this. He's like, and they'll release us later. Or you would relinquish your weapons to them and come as, I'm trying to think of the word, ambassadors down to the grove at the sub-level to meet the keeper of the grove. It's like that's really the options.
All right, I'm gonna make a quick roll to myself, real quick.
And during that time, Calcaria just murders everybody.
Oh,
Okay.
Great
What
roll,
the-
there, Richter.
We
Great
want,
roll.
yeah, Richter. Like the gnome is talking. Richter sees goblins. Richter does not like goblins, like at all.
I'm trying to determine Calcaria's impulse control. I've been playing games that have like a composure roll. I need that for Calcaria.
Maybe
Because I can make the decision, but I
And-
might piss off the rest of the group doing so.
Roll.
maybe a wisdom. Maybe a wisdom is also good for you to
Okay,
roll.
who's holding?
Yeah.
So out of these two chuckleheads, which one's holding the gnome?
The left one. So they're kind of
Okay, because they're not. Yeah, because they're not fully centered in the squares. So I just.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So they basically, I'm giving them like a half cover. Well, they're behind an obstacle anyway, so then they get that partial cover. So, and it might be a little tighter because they have them at knife point, but I don't want to hash the mechanics too much here.
Yep. All right. So this gobbo down here, unless he's stunned from
What's the third option?
Calcaria busting in the door like Shrek, will get an opportunity attack. As Richter is going to skitter across this room, and draw rapier.
So you're talking about this bottom goblin right here?
Yep. Unless he's stunned, he
Okay.
gets an attack of opportunity.
Surprising, the gnome actually attacks you instead. No, just kidding. That'd be great if he was a traitor the whole time.
It would be
What a twist.
It would be an interesting twist.
All right.
Would be.
It's
The
the
gnome was the imposter.
Brilliant. Anyways, all right. So he takes a scimitar slash at you for 13.
And he misses.
So they're all like, they're just a little, they're like a little thrown off guard, and they have their scimitars drawn, but then they're like, the gnome starts talking and they relax just a bit, like, of course they're gonna listen. And then suddenly you just dash in, he's like, oh, and he reacts, but he totally misses you. You like just
Yep.
tuck and roll under his swipe, and the goblin's holding the gnome is like, Sin looks to his right, he's like,
So
uh-oh.
now, question: since the goblin is holding the gnome, I'm assuming that's a grapple, which means his hands are tied up. Is that correct, GM?
I mean, I would say that's fair.
So does that mean then, because of that, do I get advantage on this attack roll because he has his hands is full?
I would say that's fair.
Okay.
These goblins, these goblins know.
Which means my sneak attack, which makes sense because I also just zipped across the room like the Flash.
While Lenny is still considering, like, if this would be a truce thing or treaty, maybe Tristan too.
Yeah.
It's like, even Calcaria maybe is taken off guard as Richter's like,
Peace was never an option.
Baragon Grimclaw.
For maybe there's a fraction of a second that she's caught
Sure.
off guard by this, but she's more than ready to be right.
So that's 12, 14 damage
yeah,
piercing
he did.
to the goblin. as Richter just kind of zips over, it just jams his rapier into its eye socket.
Oh yeah, he's like, wait, huh?
Yep.
And the gnome's like, oh right, that's very good. I very much appreciate that. And of course doesn't really have a turn. So let's go to the next one, which I believe is, forgive my horrible accents as I just throw them out there, but let's go to Tristan Gilchrist, I guess, which is next. Oh, I thought it was Calcaria. Sorry, Tristan.
Tristan moves forward 5, 10, 15, to about here, sees the situation, and sees the goblin holding the kobold, and the obvious violent negotiatory tactics from Richter, and says, "Well,
So good.
I suppose that concludes negotiations."
All right, that's one thing, Master.
And he
Worship.
reaches out a hand, says, "Eldath burn you," and he does Sacred Flame on the goblin that's holding the kobold.
You may have
Extra crispy, extra crispy.
You may. Actually, I don't know if he'd have advantage, right? Because that's not melee.
It is not melee.
He has
Let's see,
Mishacha. That's fine.
Oh, minimum damage.
Oh, really?
So-
And they'd have to do the dexterity save anyway.
Oh,
That makes
So,
sense.
Does he still take? Does he still
Yay.
take one, or does it miss?
let me take a look. I'm pretty sure it's
I feel like it's a miss, but
a total miss.
it'd be funny if it
barely,
hit.
just
Yep,
by
yep,
one.
it's a total miss.
So what he does is you send that. Like, how's it look when you send the flame at him?
The flame, which is sort of this oddly peaceful blue when it appears, comes down from the air and strikes the foe that is within sight.
So that it crackles, or maybe it doesn't crackle a little, but he sees that the goblin sees him times, and he like picks the kobold up and like meat shields him literally, and the energy instead hits the kobold, and the kobold's like doesn't kill him, and then he drops him back down. He's like,
Well, bugger.
that's about all you can.
Bugger is right.
Yes.
All right, it is one of the gobbo's turns. This one right here, and he will, seeing that, freaked out. He's like, "Kill the witch!" And he comes ahead. It comes forward with
Come at me, bro.
his scimitar, and probably
Yes.
misses with a 10. All right,
Yes.
that's kind of what I thought. Let's see who's next. The goblin that is holding hostage the kobold, who decides that things are turning very sour very fast. As he picks up, and he's like, he goes, secret word that means help. I forgot a secret word. And he starts screaming in goblin, and then he lets go of the kobold and turns to stab at Richter.
Okay.
Which probably will. Ooh, crap.
That'll actually hit. Is that
Ooh.
a crit?
No.
No, it is just shy of a crit.
Ooh.
wow.
All right.
All right.
But he slashes you for 5.
Oof. Yep.
And
And it's just like Richter is just like, I liked this coat.
someone's got to know mending around here. Calcaria, and then Baragon after.
Oddly enough, Tristan knows mending.
That is one of the few spells I don't think, or one of the few cantrips Alenia doesn't have, does she? Yeah, she doesn't have that one.
Calcaria?
Fucking enough.
Yes. Is that goblin still considered grappling the kobold?
Nope.
Dropped
Well,
it.
fine. I'm gonna come after this one here closest. She's just going to come straight in overhand with her staff.
Oh.
Ugh.
That is not going to hit.
Man, really?
Do you have a bonus action?
Yeah,
Fist-
bonus action with the martial arts. I can take a an
Okay.
armed attack. So she's going to swing overhand with her staff He steps to the side and misses, and elbow to the face.
Ooh.
Mother son of a.
He actually, after Richter gets by him, he turns back and recovers. He's like, and he seems to be the expert swordsman of the group.
It's literally
I don't know.
the saber dude
My
from.
dice tonight, man.
I don't know who you were gonna say, Joe, but I instantly thought of the one from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The one that Indy just pulls out a gun and just slams.
That's the best part ever. All right, Baragon. I'm glad we were on the same wavelength there.
Baragon, Meepo, stay in my beard. Well, my name. And I
Stay in
charge
my
in,
beard.
And I attack the one who was attacking the cleric.
Okay. Please do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do nicely. Go ahead and give it
Nice.
5 slashing. All right.
And is that goblin still alive?
The goblin is still alive.
Hang on a minute, I don't. No, I am not going to. I could have action surged, but I'm not going to. That is all I'm going to do.
Excellent
Alright.
swing, Leonin.
All right.
Yes.
Let me do. Since I did things like ass backwards this last time here. All right. Let me. That. So the door here opens to the north. Make sure I don't do too many actions here. Hey, they're back. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
And the goblin.
Never here.
So let's see. They didn't have to move. So this one uses his move action to open the door, and then he pulls his short bow back up, and he fires. I believe he has a straight line to most. Let's see.
Oh, at least the goblin body blocks for me a little bit, so
Yep.
I should get partial cover.
Yep. So you get
Because me and the goblin are the same size.
Yep. He'll shoot at you, but you get a +2 to your AC.
Yep.
Oh,
Ow.
I don't think that +2 helped at all.
Sorry.
Okay. Well,
These dice are out to get us tonight.
all right.
TPK. TPK.
Oh, shush.
We're heading there. If
It's
my
a
dice
flash
keep
wound.
acting up.
All right.
Don't
Oh.
worry,
I got
Baragon
4
will
HP,
protect
guys.
you. Baragon will defend you.
Bracarius, if I said that right, just cheered 100, which is going to give you guys a +2
200. Two
Or
100-bit donations.
to 100 bits. So that's going to give you another +4 to a roll. So
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate you,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Yay.
So
thank
you,
you.
if you Kakaria are keeping track, that should give you guys a total of a pool of a +6 to use in your rolls if you need to. So that might come
Apparently,
up.
someone's gonna need it soon.
And I have a couple advantages on my monsters, which are maxed out right now before anybody
Okay,
buys.
yeah. So I had 0 +2 listed on the, and we just got 2, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So you got So you should have.
So we have 2 separate +2s.
You had one
'Cause
already. You had one already, and you just got 2
Did we?
more. I
I
saw.
wasn't aware we had one already because it wasn't on my list.
I thought it was. Isn't it at the top of the screen?
It was. There was nothing there. There was nothing.
I saw.
before.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. There was not. I was looking at
Yeah.
player plus. I looked at the +2, so you should have 2 of those now. So you
Yeah.
have 2 +2s to burn when you need to, and I have 3, which is the max per the
Advantages.
Tice rule. I have 3
Thank
advantages to use.
Yes, we named the rule after you, Tice. It's all your fault.
He knows
Now
it.
Zahn wants to get on the bandwagon.
He
Oh,
does.
no.
Can I do
But
it?
luckily, we're full.
I'm not going to give them more disadvantages, no, but you can definitely add cheer bits in, give them some advantages, and you can donate 300. I'm just going to give it to them at this point until I get to this battle a little bit. But Richter takes a nice arrow right to the shoulder, and it goes all the way through and hits the wall on the other side. It stings when the oxygen hits that wound.
And we start hearing a lot of cursing. Like, a lot. of cursing in halfling.
Ilenia. And then a Gabo, and then we're at the top of the order with Richter.
Alrighty. I shall say a few words in Elvish, and then a green glow envelops Ilenia's body. It's Blade singing time, boys. Shouldn't say that. So
I like how there's a viewer that actually likes the PCs instead of the DM.
Yeah,
No.
because so Barkarius is actually a cast member on my show, and he's been on the opposite end of
The shtick.
of the shtick, so he knows the pain and suffering.
Thank you. Regardless of what they are, I appreciate it.
Let's see.
All goes back to the channel. I was going to say, when looking at I was looking at upgrading my Roll20 because I was looking at Band of Blades, and the only way you can duplicate character sheets is by having the pro account. And I was like, I have to make 30 rookie characters, which means I have to individually make every single character sheet. But
Yeah.
it's
Oof.
yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's fun to make them. But anyways, I get off track. Tell me what you're doing, Ilenia. I'm waiting on you here.
Can I move here?
So you moved into his threatened square. Did you move through? Depends on which way you moved. Did you move?
Did you move through the cleric square, or did you go south?
If you did that, then you would not provoke an opportunity attack.
I'll do that.
Okay, so then you should be fine.
And then I shall.
So you're getting up close and personal with Calcaria.
Yeah,
And
they're gonna
next
be
time,
best friends by the end of this.
If y'all can clear me a route into here, I can go thunderclap or
Thunderwave.
thunderwave on them.
On who?
Okay, so which will probably make us all deaf, but whatever. So
Future planning.
Yep. Let's see. GFB can't. GFB hit anything? No. So yeah, point. I will just attack this dude.
All right, on the south. Yep.
Yep.
I'm afraid
Aw,
that is not going to do it.
sad face. Okay.
Alrighty. If that is all, then I'm moving on to the last person in the order, which is actually the goblin that you are attacking. Is now seeing that he's in bad shape, but he's screaming in goblin. If anyone
I
understands
would like
goblin,
to see him try to hit me.
I understand Goblin because I comprehend languages.
he's like, boss, get in here, boss. And boss didn't move the first time because he was waiting coolly outside the door. But he sees the only advantage he has is to flank Baragon there with his buddy. So that would be an advantage to the roll. And he'll do the only thing he can do, which seems to work.
GM dice are hot tonight,
I guess-
guys. Apparently.
I guess
TBK!
for
Guys,
eight.
if y'all could get out of the room, I can thunderwave. It's just I can't do it now because I would TPK.
Let's go ahead, just do it. Baragon, you're gonna take 8 slashing
Do it.
from this dirty goblin blade. Is the best goblin fighter in the world. Swordsman here just hacked you up.
Dodged both of my attacks.
Yep, he's great. I'm gonna give him a name. No, I shouldn't, because then I'll be more sad when he dies. All right, Richter, it's your turn at the top of the order. It's always like goldfish. You don't name goldfish because once you do, they die and you're sad. So.
A question. Because this becomes important to how I decide how I play out this turn. Is the gnome hostile to the goblins?
Oh, yeah. He's been held there for looks like a long time, and they had a knife to his throat, using him to try to broker a deal. So, I would say yes.
Okay, so I will get sneak attack damage because something hostile is next to my target.
Okay.
So, but I am going to start off with my action of trying to stab this person in the face.
Not stabbing in the face. Do it.
So, because I need some breathing room.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
that's
Ooh.
bad. That's really bad.
Did you not have advantage?
No, because it's not flanking. The
Oh, sorry.
only
That's
only
right.
reason why I was asking about because I don't think it gives me flanking. Sneak attack should not be giving me.
Oh, okay, so it was just sneak attack right now, not.
Yeah.
Now, if you were flanking, you would then get the
Yeah,
advantage.
if I was flanking, then I would get advantage, but I'm not flanking because me and the gnome are on the same.
Did you know that this goblin up here hates this goblin down here? And no, just kidding. Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
are you going to move or anything? Are you standing your ground?
So question.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, I'm not super familiar with caltrops. Would it be a bonus action for me to take a pocket of caltrops and yeet it at a
Oh my gosh.
square?
Well, I feel like it would. I would say it would. You would have to draw them out, and then you'd have to throw them, right? I wish I could spell caltrops. So if you weren't gonna move, you could probably pull them out and then toss them.
Okay.
It's a 5-foot square area, right?
Yep. So it's one battle square essentially, but I'm gonna aim for the doorway.
Oh, that's clever. I shall draw a shape there, and I shall give it the color pink, because pink is my favorite color. Aerosmith, done poorly by Lucas. You heard it here tonight. So you just like, yep. You know, they're using the goblins' old caltrops back at them. They spill all over the place. Good move. I feel this is what I see happening. The hobgoblin's about to move in. He's like pushes a goblin down onto the ground and walks on the goblin to get across.
Of course.
I have to actually. That should happen now. Anyways, all right. So I think Richter is done, and we are at Tristan Guildcrest, followed by Mr. Hobgoblin, which you don't know, but I said it anyway. So, anyways,
Tristan, first of all, is going to do a macing upon this goblin that is in front of him
okay.
as his regular action. Swing. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. I think you should probably finish him off this time, unless
Oh, dang
Pop
it.
it.
Really?
you just wasted.
Just click the
Click mace
Oh,
mace
yeah.
in the chat description.
in the chat description, and it'll still roll the
Chat
Correct.
description.
On the not on your
Oh,
not on
okay.
your
In roll
character
20.
sheet. Yeah.
I got it. 5 damage.
5 bludgeoning, which is more than what you needed. So,
That was his regular action, and as a bonus action, he looks towards Richter, who has been taking a beating,
yep.
and says, "By Eldath's divine word, find yourself healed." And he casts Healing Word. A creature of my choice that I can see within range regains hit points equal to 1d4 plus my casting modifier. Go ahead and just try and find all that crap. There it is. Okay, now apparently I have to roll it in the chat. I don't know why. It's \R 1d whatever.
/R, but yeah, and then space, and then 1D or whatever that your algorithm is for that.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine. Numbers work as long as they're in there. We can see them. Unless we do it Tom style, where Into the Darkness style, we just all roll right in front of us, and we hear the dice clicking on the desktop, which still works. 4 is 4 is 4.
Aha. Well,
4
you
is
get
4.
4 hit points, Richter.
Thanks, buddy.
All right.
I appreciate that.
Are you going to move, Tristan? Or
He will not. He will remain where he is.
Okay. Let's take a look. The hobgoblin was going to come into the room, but then caltrops.
I mean, he could try.
Oh, I think he will be smarter and move back here. Put a little goblin in between him, and as he pulls out his longbow. And, let's see. Pulling a weapon, I think, is a move action, right?
Drawing a weapon is considered a minor action, as I refer to it, but so long as you're only drawing one weapon and not trying to stow another,
Okay.
It does not cost a bonus action.
All right, so
if you try to, like, say, sheath your sword and draw your bow, that's going to be a bonus action.
Okay, so he's just gonna move, draw his longbow, and kill the lion man.
Who has partial cover?
From a little guy, I guess.
From the kobold.
Ooh. Poor kobold.
Yeah.
I feel like he draws there. He's like, oh, duh. And he just shoots, and then the kobold, like, he doesn't hurt the kobold, but just for comedy of errors, like it whizzes right past one of his little horns and chips it. He's just like,
Oh, did you roll to yourself?
Oh, I did roll to myself. I forgot to put it back. Yeah, he rolled a 7. So I'm sorry. Yeah, it's in yellow. So he way misses. So, anyways, that would be his turn. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, it's in yellow. I should have noticed that. Now we have some other things going on. So, and then he's just like, and he's like, and he starts to kick that goblin in front of him. So the goblin reluctantly moves into the Caltrop school.
All right, DC 15 dex check.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like obviously it'd be smarter if they just shot their bows from there, but I kind of feel like he's being bullied by the boss because that's what they do. So
Why you bullying me?
His movement is reduced to 0, and he takes 1 HP, one point of damage.
Yep. He's reduced to 10 feet moving speed, but he has to stop there now. So he's done moving. He takes damage, and is just like ah. And then he tries to strike the kobold that's right in front of him. At that point, because I don't think he has anyone else around him besides Urki there. So he moves, stops, screams, scimitars, and he misses.
Oh.
Critical fail.
That goblin is dead, so let's take him out of the initiative order. And then the goblin is next to him. Do they have any special actions? Okay. So the goblin who is next is the one that Richter's been kind of fighting with and is liking that he was slain on Richter. So he's going to go ahead. He's going to move over here. Whoops. Let's give room for his buddies and see if the GM dice are still hot. Probably not.
Thank God.
Nope, that will whiff.
Alrighty. Kalkaria, it is your
Yes.
turn.
Okay. I'm gonna do what I forgot to do last time and enter a battle rage.
Rage.
As this annoying little goblin just avoids 2 of her freaking attacks.
Eh.
Just,
So your
and
strength goes
where do I
up.
do that on this sheet. It doesn't go up. It just I gain advantage on strength tests and strength saving throws, and I gain a bonus damage when I make a melee weapon attack when
bonus
using
damage.
strength, and resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Okay. Oh right, there it is. It's a little checkbox that says rage damage. That's handy. And then. Okay, so I just need to make sure.
Natural 20.
Okay, so the martial arts thing for monk, that's a reaction, right?
Martial arts.
You can use one. Oh no, that's also how many? Okay, so action economy. It hasn't come into play much for me. Bonus actions.
You get 1.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. I really should have raged. I should have raged before entering the freaking room. Anyway.
It's okay.
But okay, so I won't be able to do that this turn. Okay. Anyway, this goblin's still getting smashed with the staff. Can you please roll higher than an 11?
You should be rolling advantage on that. You're rolling that with your
Does
strength
that
modifier.
count as a strength check?
Yeah, that is that's a strength-based attack.
Is it?
I don't gain advantage on strength-based attacks. I gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. When making an attack with a melee weapon using strength, you gain bonus to the damage roll.
Ah, okay.
I'll say that you were very close to hitting him this time. Very close.
Yeah, of course I was.
Do you wish to move at all?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay here and beat this freaking goblin to death with my bare hands if I have to.
Baragon, it is your turn.
Baragon will assist the tiefling because she is taking far too long to kill a measly goblin.
You can kiss my tiefling tail.
Here's where Baragon will miss. So to be sure,
Baragon smash.
I'm holding my
Swear to
longsword.
God, if you kill this
Two-handed.
goblin,
Okay. Two-handed, yes.
Fuck. but
I feel
This-
better now.
This goblin,
The
is
goblin
a
is a
master.
The goblin is a
But-
golden god.
I am going to use action surge.
Oh, it's gonna.
So he gets to take a second action as part of
Yep.
action surge because taking action surge actually does not take an action nor a bonus action. It's just a free extra
Yes, but
action
it'll-
once every long rest.
Yes, but I'm going to use it now, and out of pride, but it's going to backfire. Fuck.
Please take one of the +2s. Please.
I should have done that when attacking this freaking goblin for the third freaking
Should I
time.
take a +2?
I-
I'll take one
Yep.
of the +2.
I gave him a name.
Right.
Swordmaster
I will take
Gobbo, because I couldn't think of an
I
actual
will
goblin
take a
name.
+2. I will take one of the +2s.
Alrighty. And you're doing an action surge to attack again?
Yes.
Let's make
So
it.
let's-
Miss.
Oh.
His name is Gabo Montoya. You have killed his friend. Prepare
Ooh,
to die.
I like Gabo Montoya better. Let's.
Gabo Montoya.
And you used one of the +2s on that.
So Kalkaria's staff comes in and he just he hits it like this and deflects to the side. This longsword comes in, he jumps to the side, and then as he swings up again, he does the splits and slides under your slice, and it's up, and he's just like.
Baragon apologizes
Shouldn't
to the
this
tiefling.
guy be the boss?
We're gonna deal with the hobgoblin, no problem. It's this little freaking goblin here that's the problem.
Oh, this is just
This is
delicious.
Gabo
fantastic.
Montoya.
I shouldn't have wasted my action surge there. Fuck. Damn it.
I am Gabo Montoya. You kill my father, prepare to die.
Welcome to level 2 gameplay, ladies and gentlemen.
I see those errors.
I know. I think Alenia hasn't been picked on yet, so this goblin's got his short bow. What's that?
There's a reason for that.
Because she's been so nice. How's a 16?
Ooh.
How's a 16 do you?
Nothing courtesy of shield. Oh wait, does defender win?
Say again?
Does defender win ties?
No.
Yeah, I'll shield.
But I think there's enough people between you and him that you would get a +2 to your armor class.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, because
my
partial
AC
cover.
is 16. So
So yeah, with a +2 it would be 18.
All right, so never mind my damage. It
shield then.
it actually bounces off your mage armor and shatters against the wall behind you, just barely missing your pretty face. And
Shield turn around. You're next.
and you hear the hobgoblin bark orders at him at this one. As far as he looks at him, he's like, ah, and he runs away. He runs.
What do you say? Because I can understand Goblin
He's
right
like-
now.
Get the reinforcements.
Oh, goody! Whole party's coming, guys.
I feel like that's the wise move on their behalf. So he will be done, and it'll be Ilenia's turn, who just narrowly missed. And
Flanking.
some flanking finally happened. Gabo Montoya, the mountain paragon, is what Bakari is calling him. should now be his name. And now that
Put
we
him
just
in a mountain hole.
now that we just named him, of course, as soon as we gave him, as soon as,
Thank you, Ilenia.
I forgot to do that. No,
words-
let me crit
Yep,
first.
you gotta
Let me
roll
crit first.
roll a second time to see if you crit.
words that we never
Kiss
thought.
you.
Wow, something we definitely never thought. Sorry, let's see. You hit good Alenia. Go ahead and roll damage.
Whoops.
So, tell me how you end this goblin.
As she's doing all this dodging, she just sidesteps behind him and just stabs him straight through the chest.
So he's just like spitting black ichor out of his mouth. He's like at Calcaria and Baragon. Then this sword comes out. He's like. And he just gurgles more blood out of his mouth, and he falls to the ground. He did. Good work, Ilenia.
And now the relationship turns between Ilenia and Kukaria.
Oh man, and his turn was next too.
Aww.
Well, that's fine with me because that means it's my turn now.
It is your turn, Richter.
Poor Gabo Montoya.
Alright, I'm gonna pivot. So I'm not leaving attack range.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to pivot here, so that
Aren't
way
you
I
getting
have.
flanked if you go there?
Huh?
Aren't you getting flanked if you go there?
Yes.
Yes, but the hope is I make murder this goblin in the corner. But at this point, before we have a conga line of goblins start busting in the door, I need to get a zone. I want to get here for a zone of control.
Yeah.
Because the caltrops will only are only effective if we're lucky.
Yeah. Good point.
So, all right. So, but I am going to attack the goblin in the corner, who's still borderline by myself and by the gnome, which means I still get my sneak attack damage if I manage to hit this bugger.
No one puts goblin in the corner. No one. Oh, apparently I did. Never mind. Crap.
And
Oh,
Yeah!
Lestabby McStabberson. I feel like, holy cow.
we just watched
Holy bejesus.
Richter like pivot, and we just watch him go. The goblin's like as his just head just rolls off.
I say that's exactly how that happens. Man, oh man. All right, so.
And then as a bonus action,
What?
But wait, there's more.
but wait, there's more.
Mhm.
Because I think it's time to inspire someone,
Oh boy.
and I am going to give my good friend Calcaria bardic inspiration,
A D6.
and I'm going to do it in the form of a taunt.
So it's words.
Yeah, it's words because Richter is not like a super musical bard. He's more of like a court intrigue bard is kind of what I'm going. But he's like, he points at the now deceased goblin in the corner. Is like, see, it's not that hard.
Oh, so it's a taunt that inspires Calcaria.
Oh no.
Oh my god. So she punches your face off. Okay, so Calcaria in the next 10 minutes will get an extra D6 to add to a attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Yep. So
You're taunting the raging barbarian
Yes.
yeah, and it's giving you
for
a perk.
inspiration, and I love it. It works perfectly.
Staying.
All right, but yeah, that's my turn.
And you're not.
Clark,
Yes.
it's
Thank
time
you,
for
Precarious.
Clark's man.
Tristan, you are up, sir. Followed by McBaddies.
Tristan makes a walk up here, proceeds to flank,
Oh no.
and swings his mace. Let's see, and flanking gives you advantage, yeah?
Yes.
So I will have to put that on. Okay. Ooh, thank goodness.
Oh my goodness. I feel like
Swing, batter.
Bing.
so
Oh man.
you did 6 to that guy?
6 bludgeoning.
That's well, that's what he had left, so
Pop it.
Whoa, bonk.
all my goblins is getting killed. Okay. So you moved, you maced him right in the face. He's just like, my foot, and he looks up, he's like, huh? And his skull splits apart as you cave it in. And hobgoblins are a lot smarter, I feel like. They're not quite as stupid. So, let's see, the doors technically will say on like this square here. So.
Surrender.
Yeah, right.
That'll be what Tristan says.
Oh, sure.
But he's gonna ignore it, and I know it.
I feel like I probably should snap to center, shouldn't I? Or is this?
Yeah, snapping to center helps.
I see an arrow.
I do too.
What is my movement speed?
It's right
40,
at me.
30?
It's right.
How do I only have 30 movement speed?
Yeah. Doesn't
That's-
raging give you a boost?
She might get more speed later. Oh,
Yeah, it might be a later thing.
Precarious.
I think it's a later monk trait.
Precarious is now a
Oh,
follower.
Monk and barbarian.
Thank
trait.
you for the follow,
Yeah.
Precarious. I appreciate it. So the hobgoblin's going to step through a doorway. Let's see here. He was there. He went 3. He could fire. He's...
Oh, Lord, that's just broken.
I always forget how you turn corners when you're doing the arrow thing.
I can never remember or do
It's
it right.
you right while you're holding it down, you right click and then
Oh my god! That's so easy. Also,
Right-click.
sorry. Although, Okay. Okay.
2, 3.
don't worry, I just remembered it now as well.
All right, so the hobgoblin moves to the doorway and disappears, and he's just like barking orders.
Can I hear him?
It's fading. He's just like, follow line, get ready for an attack.
All right. Well, it seems like they're prepping battle lines.
All right, I'm going to roll a couple of.
They are.
Going to roll a couple of initiatives here real quick. I actually remember to do it in private.
Don't worry, I'm sure we can take them.
Yep, we can. Just give me a bit of space.
Do you need any more healing, Richter?
Looks down at his very bloody shirt.
The
I
answer is
mean-
yes. The answer is yes.
I have 8 out of 16 right now.
I'll see about getting healing for you if you hang back for a moment.
Just as we see what the initiative clock is doing here.
Yep.
It's being very nebulous right at the moment.
I'm just doing some nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Absolutely nothing at all. Nothing suspicious here. Move along.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yes.
What man behind the curtain?
I probably shouldn't. Okay, well, you know, I'm still getting used to being a GM on roll 20. So, I think that's fine. All right, Kalkaria.
Yes.
Our relentless heroes pursue. And
Yeah.
the gnome and the kobold are both like, you know, as you guys are slaying, they're like, yes, they're just cheering you on, like, thank you. And I was like, thank you very much, thank you. And kobold's like, yeah, Meepo. Meepo's like, hi, cousin, we winning, run home. And the kobold's like, don't tell me twice, yeah. And he forgets about the pit and falls in. No, just kidding.
So Kalkaria just kind of like leaps over the kobold as he runs past, and she's just dashing forward.
And
Does she
Although
ever,
probably not actually dashing.
Does she ever look before she leaps?
Isn't it like Richter will look over? It's like, do you really want to be the one to tell her no?
so
Maybe.
That's the point.
Maybe.
So
Can I not post her? I was gonna post her personality traits, but it doesn't seem to be an option.
So did you move your full 6 movement there?
Yes, that was the full 30.
All right, and you're looking at an open door, so there's going to be some phosphorus. There's fungus that's growing in this next room. It's going to basically, well, I didn't tell you the description of the room you're in, and I haven't told you the one of you're now in, which we'll get back to when there's time. But I will give you a description of this room, as the door's open. And there is light in here, and then I'll blow your mind here. But first, let me step back because you guys are running forward. The battle's still hot and heavy. The kobold takes off. Meeple's like, yeah, he go back to make sure everyone's safe. And then the gnome's like, oh, I say, my name is Erky Timbus. And you guys are all like moving around him. He's like trying to talk. He's like, I'm so glad that you help. Is there any way I can be of assistance? I am an acolyte of and you guys aren't really paying attention at the time. He's like, I could help. Maybe if I could get weapons. And
then like, there's just a brief moment where we hear a flick and the little goblin-sized spear that Ricker's been carrying smacks the gnome in the face.
I was just going to take some of the goblin weapons because I could. Okay, fine, thank you. And grabs those up, and he's like, I don't have armor, but I'll follow you from behind. And actually, he's supposed to be an acolyte, but I just made him a full level 1 cleric because I don't like well, whatever. So yeah. he may jump in later, but I might leave him in the back of the battle for now. Or as maybe a healer. You could probably heal someone once. But anyways, Calcaria.
Yeah.
I will read you the description of the room, then I'll open it up so you can see it there. The room that you are going into is room number 40. Let me scan down 100 feet here. Anyone understand? Hear a voice? Okay. What might once have been a cathedral is now a goblin lair, thick with the filth of years of goblin life. Scores of wall and floor mounted sconces filled with violet glowing fungi provide illumination. Dozens of goblins go about their daily business, which involves a lot of rudeness and violence. Along with the southern wall is a heaping pile of assorted items, including wagon wheels, broken armor and rusted arms, chests, small statues, antique furniture, and artwork. Let me reveal to you some truths. Some truth bombs up in here. Let's see.
Ooh!
What are the other ones? What are...
Oh, those are civvies!
Huh.
Bell.
Yes, they are. Now, they're not actually going about their business because they've been alerted. So they are actually all cowering over in this way. There's actually some that are a little stronger than others, but they are, the elderly or the kids or the non-combatants. So that is what you see.
Am I getting Younglings vibes right now?
The what vibes?
Just don't think about it. Just walk into the middle of them. They're probably not going to bite that much and just thunderwave them.
Oh, we're going to see what kind of morale this group of heroes has real soon. Now, to be fair, you guys haven't discovered yet, but there's a room of kobolds that are just like this as well, since they all live here and they all have their own society. So, Calcaria, you get to the door with your movement, you open up, it's pungent, it's nasty. There's all kinds of goblins. Like I said, the young, the old, it's like a whole community here. There's men and women. The mothers and fathers, the non-combatants, the non-warriors that are all kind of huddling that way, and they're kind of scrambling. And then you can see the combatants that are right there. And
Okay. So, how does range work in 5e? It's been a long time.
Like for ranged attacks?
Yes. So I've got a 2060.
A 2060? 20 is
Yes.
your optimal. 20 is optimal. Anything within 20 is considered optimal.
Yeah.
And I believe 60 is upper
Right.
range.
I think it's disadvantage once you're past 20.
Is it disadvantage? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was assuming, but I haven't actually trying to do anything at that long distance. But Calcaria, she's still got her staff in hand, but she rounds that corner. I don't think she takes everything in. Her eyes are just kind of like laser focused on that hobgoblin, and she's just reaching in and dart.
All right.
Ooh. I'm finally rolling decently. It's 3 piercing.
Too bad his armor class is
Minimum
21. No, just kidding. he doesn't have his shield up, which is I think it's a
That should not have rolled rage damage. I don't know why it did.
Because
I'm
you
rolling...
have the box still ticked.
You're still raging though.
Well, yeah, I'm still raging, but that was a dex attack, and also ranged.
I thought
I only get.
I thought thrown weapons have your strength modifier on them.
Oh yeah,
'Cause you
that
throw
should have
them.
been done with strength, not dex. I forgot to change that one. Well, I had most everything selected to use dex because I can do that as a monk, but now I have a reason to use strength as a barbarian.
Does it change your attack roll any? Like
It would make it one less, so it would make it a 19. But actually,
You still hit.
the bonus damage for raging specifically says a melee weapon attack using strength.
oh, okay. So how much damage
So
do
it
you
would
do?
not apply for. It would just be the 3 piercing.
All right. Well, you still hit him, and it hits him. He looks offended. He's like,
And I can't
"Tieflings."
understand him.
No, he doesn't comment. He's just like,
Oh.
tiefling. I think that actually takes him across the face like this, and he's suddenly bleeding as his cheek has been ripped open, and he just like licks it. And he's like, I will enjoy breaking you.
She
Oh
just kind
my.
of bares her teeth at him, and it's not a grin. That's like a rictus kind baring of the teeth.
All right. I think is good.
That's me.
Let's see. Let's form a wall here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And goblins. Let's see. I don't think there's going to be a problem seeing you through the doorway, which is the bottom square where Karkaria is, by the way, if we have to reference the actual door square. And short bow misses. But there's a lot of goblins in this room, guys. This one moves back to here with his short bow. Also take a shot at Kalkaria. I'm assuming a 12 does not hit. Kalkaria?
No.
Okay. Even with your minus AC with raging? I'm not. Actually, you might not.
It doesn't actually have an minus
Okay.
AC.
I'm still thinking Pathfinder.
Yep.
So long ago. All right. So the next goblin is this one right here. So he'll step up to the door because he doesn't have a choice. He's got to defend his people. He comes at you with a scimitar. And apparently,
That hits. How does resistance work?
Half.
Is it halved?
So
Awesome.
yep. So you take 4 slashing instead of 8.
Sweet.
he comes in with that and he stabs you like right into the gut, but it doesn't go in very far because you just like crunch your muscles in rage together. He's like, uh-oh.
She's got a grins down at him.
And then by all this room, like you see Kalkari just go in and throw a dart in, and arrows just like coming back at her, and a sword comes out. And then it's Baragon's turn, who has not seen any of this so far, but is still there. Baragon. And then, yeah. And then Goblin and Elenia after that. Baragon, you there?
Yes, Baragon is here.
Okay.
All right, crazy cat man.
Cat.
Baragon can actually make it. He has 35 speed, so he's going to try to get.
So remember our diagonal rule, right? First diagonal is 5 foot, second diagonal is 10, and then 5, then 10.
I can make it here then.
You should be able to make it all over the place. Pretty close, right? You should go 1, 2, 3, 4 would be here if you went straight up.
Yeah.
I don't know the rules about going through an enemy space.
You cannot enter an enemy space unless you have a specific rule. Like since I, as a halfling, have the trait of halfling nimbleness.
Okay.
I can pass through spaces of creatures that are 2 size classes bigger than I and up.
Okay.
Which I am considered a small creature, so
All right.
large and ginormous creatures I can pass through.
All right then, Baragon, 4 there. If you can attack from one side of Kakari or the other, it's just a plus. I'm just giving them a partial cover bonus through the door frame.
Well, I'm also going to make it so I'm dual wielding. Because I forgot that I am fighting style 2-weapon fighting, so.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I can actually attack twice.
That is useful. He just, like I said,
Useful.
Well, then I think you should maybe try to move him out of the way if you have a chance here.
Well, I am going to attack him, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Move him by cutting him apart so he
By
falls.
cutting him.
Yeah.
Right, so look.
Does he blend?
And then roll the second one.
Oh, he blends.
Oh,
He blends.
He blends a lot.
Even with the +2 AC I gave him, both attacks land. And
Ooh.
I think it's exactly how we were describing it. It's big ouch time for this guy.
It slices. He slices. He dices. Get your own Baragon style blender today.
Oh, Baragon. Very good. I think you are done. And so this guy has no choice to... Whoops, let's move him to front. He steps up in the gap where his cousin was standing. Finds that it's nice and open because he's all over the floor. And we'll go for Calcaria. And she's there. Does a 15 hit, Calcaria?
I think that was a no. You're
Okay.
muted.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It does hit, actually. My
Oh.
AC is only 13.
Ooh.
4 more.
Oof, it's a good thing you have that resistance on. Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Very good thing I'm raging, because that would take that.
Yeah, those goblins on their actual damage rolls.
They need to quit rolling max damage.
Elenia. Hit me with your best shot.
You-
Fire
there's only one left.
Elves go zoom zoom and then thunderwave in the middle of all the civilians.
Let's see.
Kill the civilians.
I could probably do that.
I sense an alignment shift in the air. We'll see. But
I mean, they're goblins.
it's there.
Consider pests.
Calcaria is raging.
La
so...
cucaracha. Really, la cucaracha.
I could still attack this guy from here, right?
Yes.
No.
Yep, because the door is...
Oh, because the door is there.
You could just have a
So-
+2 AC, but you could definitely still do that if you could get there in your movement time. Do you have enough movement to get
oh
there?
wait, does he have a +2 AC if I attack from here?
Nope.
Okay, no worries.
Much better option, and you can definitely move there. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can definitely get there in one
I have
movement.
40 movement speed because
Oh.
of Blade Song anyways.
Okay,
So yeah, movement.
Speedy elf is speedy.
speedy elf is speedy.
Alrighty.
Speedy elf.
My brain.
Speedy elf.
Uh,
Expediently. I don't know. Yes.
oh,
Ooh, that's a straight. Oh, man. Nope. It's
that's a miss.
yeah. It goes around. Like, let's go. Yeah, I guess you'd have some cover from Calcaria too. So
Yeah. But that's a miss.
Frosted goblin. Well, it probably hits the goblin chunk, so we made frosted flakes.
I mean, there is a back. There are people behind him that could get hit. Just saying.
Well, that's not how that works, but
Yeah, I'll just say it like hits the wall or something.
uh,
She's still getting used to this whole Blade Song thing and moving, kind of speedy. Okay, that is my turn.
is door there?
oh goody!
Oh yay, another
Oh,
one.
double goody!
Oh.
Was that his wife or something?
Leave no orphans. Collect the whole. We need to collect the heads of the whole box set, guys.
Oh, I can't even get that whole. I have to move the roll 20 over once, I guess. So people are going to see a little bit less of the damage. So they can see a little bit more of the screen. All right, perfect. Just a touch. And we'll move back down a little bit so we can see everybody. Okay. All right, so the door opens. This guy's right there. Uh-huh. That works. What's the longbow range? It's 150 feet. Oh, no problem.
Yeah, longbow is reach out, touch people inappropriately from any point on the map.
Pretty much.
Bad touch.
Long range bad touch. Oh, bad touch.
Is that a critical?
Who is he aiming at?
That is a
Who
critical.
is he aiming at?
Calcaria.
Oh no.
Oh.
Also,
No.
because I was thinking about it ahead of time, so I click this, it's going to roll double, right?
Yep.
Also, there's this thing.
Oh.
And you were next to...
Oh, because yeah, they're tacticians.
Is that a permanent kill?
No, it's once. Just keep in
it
mind this is
might
the
be.
guy in the weenie hut.
It might be. Depends on what he rolls. Oh, for damage. Okay, that damage actually isn't bad because I take half of that.
And 6 more. No, it's actually pretty weak damage, so it looks like it's
So-
a total of 6 damage.
Well, yeah, 6 damage.
I'm actually not even unconscious.
So that door,
Let's keep you that way.
that door opens and another hobgoblin comes out and he just draws and he's like, and it just whizzes over the goblin's head and strikes you right through the quad, or right through the thigh. You're like your left thigh.
Wait, hold on. Because there was an extra 2d6 because of the martial advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was
and
rolled.
The longbow just does 1d6 damage.
1d8 plus 3 piercing. He rolled 6 on.
1d8.
He rolled 6 on the first attack and 6 on the second. Total of 12.
3.
Having it,
Oh, okay.
or having each
Okay.
attack individually, probably is what we should do. But still, the math comes out to be the same.
Okay.
So,
It,
Yeah.
so it looked like that damage was rolled as part of the martial advance because there's literally
Oh.
no space between the martial
I mean,
advance and the damage.
he could have
roll,
rolled
so- okay.
11 damage and then maxed out at 12. He could have done a total of 21, and that would have been killer. And then even at half, it's to be.
Half would have put her unconscious.
That was pretty weak sauce hit. So
Yeah, he couldn't have actually killed her.
Richter, good thing it's your turn, buddy.
So,
This
yeah.
battle got way more
She's,
intense than I thought it was gonna.
Calcaria's looking a little rough. Let's put
Okay,
it that way.
yeah. So the GM knows what's going on. So I started this space here, moved here
Mm-hmm.
to here.
Okay, and you can move by. Oh yeah, you just move around, right?
Yeah, you can always move. As far as understanding goes, you can always move through friendly spaces. You can't just
Yeah,
you can't end your move
And
in
you-
a friendly space unless there's a special rule like
But can we
specific
move?
size difference.
Can we move diagonal through the doorway because you would have to go through Calcaria and then to the goblin space, or can you move diagonal up like that?
I'm not sure what you're asking here.
Well, the door space is between Calcaria and the goblin, and the way you arrowed it, you went through the door and then up to here.
Okay, hold on. Let me grab the tool again, because I essentially, for just a moment here, I existed in Calcaria's space,
Yes.
and then coming out the door, I went in a diagonal.
Okay. I just want to make sure
So
that's
since
you don't have to go. You don't have to go into the goblin space first before going up.
correct,
Okay.
because the goblin is the same size as me. I can't move through the goblin space. But this way, I'm arching around, and I'm not leaving the goblin's zone of control, so thus I don't incur.
I wasn't worried about that. I was more worried about if you could actually move through the door, because moving through the door, the next space is the goblins. I didn't know if you could move diagonal from the doorway out up to where you did, or down even. So if you're
Okay, we might not be understanding how this door is actually set up. Is this a 5-foot wide door, or is this a 10-foot
Yeah.
wide door?
no 5, I probably should have. That should where it should be, and it's my bad for not making. I was saying where it was, but I should have moved the shape to there. So it's just a 5-footer, and it's right there. So if that changes things,
Well, Well, then technically, the simple way of doing this, because there's weird rule interactions, because technically it's a small creature, so it wouldn't be unreasonable for 2 small creatures to kind of pass each other in the night, kind of thing. But I mean, just what's a GM call here?
because the other way I could do this, I guess, would be that I could attempt an acrobatics to maybe leap over.
I was thinking of a dex check at some point, but acrobatics would make sense to me, and I think I could allow that.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to acrobatics off of Calcaria's back over the goblin's head here as part of my movement.
Okay, I'm trying to think of my DC one. I guess it's not really versus him because he's. Yeah, go ahead. I got a number. I don't think that's I don't think that's quite high enough.
Okay, so I flub, and that probably means I'm back here because this is the only available square.
Unless you want to be on the south square down here.
I'd rather be.
Not.
Well, we said. Well, I can attack diagonally through this door because Baragon was attacking diagonally through the door.
It's just the partial cover. Other than that, nothing else has changed.
Okay.
Calcari wasn't expecting. The teamwork is still in work. You roll off the side instead, but you still recover, and I think you can still throw an attack at him.
And Calcaria, don't forget that you have Bardic Inspiration on your next attack. Or whenever you want to use it. Yeah. So. What you gonna do when they come for you? Okay, I think I know what I want to do tactically. I was really hoping to get around that goblin. Okay. So I'm going to utilize my bonus action to sheathe my rapier, draw my short bow. So now I have my short bow handy, but then I'm going to use my action to cast a spell.
Okay.
So I am going to cast Cure Wounds on Calcaria.
Oh, thank you.
And kind of tread on the cleric's domain here a little bit, but
I have 3 hit points currently. Tread all you want.
I'm sure Tristan doesn't mind keeping that everybody stays alive.
Ignore the sneak attack stuff. So, you're going to gain 5 HP off of that, Calcaria.
All right.
I'm not a good healer.
She's not cognizant enough to give her thanks, but the way she the way she spits that blood off to the side, you can tell she's grateful, at least a little bit. Because she doesn't spit it on you.
So, but yeah, so I'm here, short bow drawn. I booped Calcaria, and that will be my turn. Because that means next turn, then I can try to do some fire support shenanigans, I guess, because we're bottlenecked in this door super badly.
Yes. You know what? I don't think that one's gonna. All right, Tristan.
Okay, Tristan's gonna go 5, 10.
Oh, you know what? You know what? There's caltraps in that doorway for all yous who have moved through there.
Right.
Oh man, how many people have moved through there? Everybody has moved
Everyone
through.
has.
What's the DC?
Well,
DC 15, Dex.
Acrobatics?
Dex. It's a Dex saving throw.
Shoot, everybody but even Calcarius, everybody's moved through there. Here's what we're gonna do. If you fail,
Oh right, I forgot about that.
I'm not gonna take away your movement, but if you fail, you take a point of damage from moving through there.
Well, I took a point of damage.
Oh,
It's
I hit
sure.
the wrong thing.
It's
Whoops.
15.
Oh no, I did hit the right thing.
Yeah, so Josh is fine.
Only because we can't backtrack that far, and that was my bad. But that'll be the price we pay. You guys, you don't have time you don't stop, you don't lose your speed, but you'll take the point if you don't make 15 or above. So.
Well,
Alright, so
I failed, so I took a damage.
Okay.
Same. Oh well.
There. That solved it for everybody. And Calcaria, also one more. I hope that doesn't put you down. No, you just got healed.
No, it doesn't. I
Okay,
just got
okay.
healed, and it wouldn't have before either.
Okay.
So
All right.
it
So
doesn't.
my
cause any
bad.
problems there. I had 3, so
Not too much redaction there. We
I
made
had
it
2
through.
to spare.
And I'm going to say those caltraps are spent. by the time you get back to him. So, all right. So, Tristan, what are you doing? You move through there.
Yep. And let's see. I am going to decide what to do real quick. Are there any enemies? No, does that even bother with that?
What you thinking?
Sorry, I'm doing some really fast reading here.
Get noise.
Read faster. All right, I'll just look at my murdery McMurderson.
Oh God.
You are in the doorway, Monk Barbarian.
Yep, I am. I am fully aware of this. This was not a character that was ever going to survive long. I am well aware of that when I play my reckless characters. I play them to the fullest.
However, you will get a +2 if he decides to attack you longbow, which he's probably going to do. You get a +2 with that little partial cover there.
All right. So I am going to channel divinity, preserve life, and I am going to, as an action, I present my holy symbol and restore a number of hit points equal to 5 times my cleric level and I choose any creatures within 30 feet of me and divide the hit points among them.
Oh, so that's what, 10
So-
HP?
Yep, and I'm looking between Richter and Calcaria, and I'm going to give them 5 each.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Nice.
What's going on? Sorry.
You're gaining 5 HP from the actual cleric,
Oh, thank God.
as well as I'm also getting 5 HP because he's passing the love around a little bit.
Okay, I was reading what I gained further on in
This is how we
Barbarian.
get diseases. No, doesn't matter. Shut up, Lucas. All right, Tristan, good job. Time to move on and see if this
that was an action, so I'm done.
see if this hobgoblin can take it away. Calcaria, prepare yourself.
Yeah. +2, right?
Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
Never mind.
He stays there. He decides not to move as he's formed a firing squad, or is trying to. And this next goblin is up. He'll move to there. And I think that's the same.
Calcaria, don't do that.
Richter is actually in a better shot looking right here. So Richter is going to be my victim of this, but this is a goblin attack. Not so bad. Also with a
That's a whiff.
yeah, with a cover.
Phew.
He moved and shot, and now it's Calcaria's turn.
Yeah. Okay. She might make a bad decision here. I just need to check her movement.
Hey,
Because I'm trying to figure out if she can make it over to the hobgoblin.
Well, until the goblin in front of the door is dead, no. Because he's blocking.
All right, there's not a way I can push past him, is there?
No.
Not really.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna take the shit out of this goblin.
Do it then. You're still raging.
Quarterstaff.
Still raging.
You mother.
You're still-
Roll better.
Bardic inspiration. Please
Yes.
use your bardic inspiration and roll a
I
d4.
forgot to check that. I was going to check that, and I completely forgot about it. 'cause
Roll a
I was
d4 and add it to the...
15.
It's exactly what you needed.
I figured. My 14s kept missing.
Now please
And
use your
damn it.
barbaric strength and...
5 damage.
All right. Can you attack him again?
Yes, I can, because I have martial arts.
Then you probably should.
So, staff, overhand, crack on the head, and then follow it up with an elbow to the side of his head. Son of a...
Wow.
My dice tonight, man.
Well, he's no Montoya, Goblin Montoya Mountain Paragon, but...
The bell ringer from before has him unsteady, and he sways, so I miss.
All right.
I was too good the first time. That's what we're gonna blame.
Now that was your bonus action. Do you wish to move, or are you staying right there?
I'm feeling great again. I'm staying right here.
Okay. I just thought I would ask before
I told you she was gonna make a bad decision. This was just a different bad decision.
So
Okay.
we can hope that Baragon can end that goblin, so that way Ilenia can get out and do some spell nonsense.
Also, she's raging, so she's not backing away from an enemy.
All right, so the middle goblin in the little firing squad there is going to take his short bow shot, staying right where he's at. And ooh, now my dice have gone cold. So
Thank God.
he will elect not to move. I don't think there's anything else he can do at the moment. So the one to the more southwest here will do the same, also shooting at Kakaria. Raining in those arrows, man. Roll 20, decides to jump all over me. And then it's finally the goblin in front of you who has decided not to retreat and standing tall. He's going to be a hero, and all the citizenry is like, they're chanting his name now. They're like, yes, like Frodo, Frodo, or whatever. I'm sorry, no, Jar Jar, Jar Jar, and
Okay, I feel less bad now.
And he's gonna probably make contact with Kalkaria.
Yeah, that hits.
He's like inspired as well, and it probably hits you for 2 if your resistance is going on.
Yep.
All right, and he's
Raging for a full minute, and we've only been in combat.
Now he's
for
like, I really like my scimitar's going in less far every time.
Now I'm just picturing him as like a
Baragon.
protagonist in an anime or something.
I imagine that
Sound
maybe
this.
this goblin, that entire time, the goblin's scimitar was just caught in your abs, and you didn't let it go, and then this attack was him just banging on the pommel, trying to get it.
Baragon attack.
Oh, Baragon.
Ooh.
Well, the first
Oh,
one,
rest in pieces.
first one doesn't work, but the second one does. How much was it? Oh, yeah.
9.
And he's like,
You.
he just like turns around. He's like, thanks for the inspiration, guy.
Forgot about the big lion man.
He's now red paint all over the floor.
Goblin. Oh, wait, I can move past.
You can now
Yeah,
move.
now you can move past.
The room is finally opened and the real battle begins.
I measured it already, and I can actually move up to here, and I'm going to do.
Okay, right to the front of the firing squad. Those goblins are not. They're not happy with this, and all the citizens here, the civvies, are just trying to cower further and further away. They're doing the best they can. Some are probably going to start retreating, like over here into this room. Baragon is done. Which Gabo is next? Oh, it's. I didn't take him out of the initiative order. Okay, so Ilenia, it's actually your turn.
Baragon, why did you have to move there? I can't do magic things now. Or very good magic things.
Get good.
There's a bunch of civvies over there, right for you.
No.
Meeple's like,
It doesn't even matter.
Meeple's like banging on your head. He's like, "Are you
Don't
sure this
forget.
is safe to go?"
Baragon's not intelligent, so.
Why'd you say that about yourself? That's you should not disrespect yourself. There's 2 large hobgoblin here.
Oh, Meepo, you are still on me. I need to move you right here.
Yeah.
Still in your beard.
Don't worry, Meepo. I will defend you. If I die, you will live.
Can
Just
I do this?
hide in my stomach.
What, are you a tauntaun now?
If I die.
So,
I thought he smelled bad on the
Ilenia,
outside.
that looks like it'll take you through one goblin
wall.
zone of control. So to get to that wall would mean that you prompt a attack of opportunity.
Good point.
I mean, you could just go up to the side of that one and just stab him.
Looks like you could go there.
Oh no.
What you gonna do? I see you're trying to get
Why
into a
did you
position.
have to move there? Darn it.
Now I do have a handout that does have some nice spell templates, so we can make sure that we
Thunderwave.
He's a big cat. He'll be fine.
Does he have 2d8 health though?
Not at the minute, I don't. I should have used my.
I'll just scream.
I could have used my second wind because
Yeah, because that doesn't cost an action.
I could have used it right then. Fuck.
But
Well, technically,
Oh, well,
Ilenia hasn't gone yet, so if you want to use it, I'll allow it.
Wait, use what?
Okay, I will pretend that I casted it on my turn.
Second wind for the fighter, so that way the fighter recovers.
How do I
One
roll?
You're gonna just roll a hit die. So on your sheet,
You can still move Elenia. It's fine.
hover over your hit die and
Yep.
click it when it highlights.
Yep.
You'll recover that much AP.
Oh.
Nice. You recover
Nice.
8 HP.
I'm back to full HP.
Now I kinda
Okay,
wanna
now you
do-
can Thunderwave to your heart's content.
What's,
He'll live.
what kind of...
Do
do we
you
look
mind
at...
if I do that?
Do it.
Is it a cone?
No, it's
No,
a
it's
cube.
Do it.
Baragon.
Is it a...
Let
Baragon's
the
a
hate
war-
flow
Baragon's a
through
warrior.
you.
I am a warrior. I can take this.
So how's
It is a
Thunderwave work?
15-foot It is a 15-foot cube. Here, I'll pull up the card.
And Meepo is shielded from me.
A
Can we stay,
15-foot
please?
cube?
Yeah.
Is it centered on, like, location?
So that means, it's
is it
a
you
9 grid with you in the center.
Meepo
So,
is shielded.
can
by
you-
me.
So, question: can you get here? Because then they'll make it more effective for you, or
Could
even
you
better,
bring
can
that
you
again?
get here?
Sorry. Oh, can I get here?
Yeah, by essentially slipping between these two zone of
One
control
sec. Where was that?
right here. You could.
Let's see.
Because then you'll get the 2 goblins and the hobgoblin as collateral.
Is this like a cube like that, right?
Well,
No,
it's
it's-
centered on her.
On
Yeah,
who?
it's one bigger, I think.
Yeah, wherever Alenia is standing, essentially every square bordering her will be affected by the spell, depending on how she places herself.
Oh, is it 10 feet or? Oh,
It's
I
a
think I-
15. It's a total of 15-foot cube with you in the center.
Oh, my bad. I've been overestimating it this whole time. I thought it was one more. I thought it
Yeah.
was like a 4.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
when D&D is talking about cubes, it's talking about the total of a full
Yeah.
side.
My bad. Okay,
So, yeah,
I'm going there. And let's see, let us do this.
So with that,
Do I
Then-
roll once for their damage, or do they each
Mhm.
roll individual damages?
okay. So first of all, let's read off
Yeah,
the spell
let's-
because this is probably the first big boy spell we've done in a while.
Yeah.
Each creature will make a Constitution saving throw. And you tell me what that is. And if fail save, they take 2d8 thunder damage. And it's pushed 10 feet away from you.
So
Say Meepo's protected by me.
yeah. Well, you're not, but Baragon's actually not in the blast radius.
Oh. Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. Meepo.
So
Oh yeah. I forgot
so
to
what's your
say.
spell save DC?
It's not great. Let me check.
Well, your spell save.
Are you?
Oh, you're a wizard. You're int based.
No. And so 13, which isn't great.
All right.
Okay,
So,
so
are you casting the spell so I can make the saving throws?
Yeah. I
Okay.
am.
So goblin on the right. It's a con save, right?
Yep.
Go- goblin on the south.
Fail.
Hobgoblin.
Awesome.
Pass.
Pass.
Yeah, it's only.
So
13.
he'll
My
take-
DC is
so
only 13. He
The
takes half.
hobgoblin won't budge and will take half damage.
So roll the damage once for everybody, I think.
So yeah, just
Should I roll it or?
Yes.
yeah, you roll it because
yeah.
you're the player. So /R space 2d8. Yep, there we go.
Nice
Not bad.
work. So round it down to 12. So
6 for the hobgoblin, and then the other 2 goblinoids take 13, which probably disintegrates them.
Probably.
I like your.
Also, I'm not responsible for any ruptured eardrums.
Because it also
It's insanely loud, and because it's kind of an enclosed room, it's probably going to be even louder.
Oh yeah. So
Baragon is fine. Oh wait,
As
no,
it-
I'm extra sensitive to
So-
sound.
the goblin.
Aragon is fine as he's bleeding through his ears.
So the
I'm a
goblins
cat.
are basically, like you said, obliterated, and their pieces are thrown 10 feet away from you. the hobgoblin has not many places to go, so he bounces kind of off the wall, even though it's not technically thrown, but he kind of just like hits the wall. But he's crushed, and like his longbow flies out of his hand, was a safer color, and he's hurting bad. He's still up, but you can definitely tell he took a wallop on that one, and well done. And
now we just have to survive the flurry of longbows and swords. Or whatever.
Oh, there's not going to be many of them left here now that we're not bottlenecked. These guys are going to drop.
We got, and since it's 10 o'clock, we actually have one more person left in the initiative, so then we'll be at the top of the round. So I'm going to do that, and then I think we're going to, as much as I want to keep playing so bad, Baragon, we're at because. So Josh, our Baragon Grimclaw, will not be with us for the next few sessions. We'll have to figure out a little Hollywood style how he. Maybe he's like someone else play my character. I don't like usually doing that, but we might have to have.
Maybe he becomes Lord Shepherd of the Goblinoids.
That's.
If it means he'll quit glaring at me whenever I mention how annoying Meepo is, I'll take it.
I feel like what would be better is if the floor opens up a little bit and all these like vines and roots come up and grab him, and then they pull him down through the floor and he disappears. Him and Meepo both.
Oh, thank God.
So long as Meepo leaves, we don't care.
That's a dragon handler.
What do you think?
You don't have to deal with my third person nonsense.
What do you think about that, Baragon?
Yeah, that's fine. That is perfectly fine by Barry.
Well, there goes our dragon tamer.
So this happens as the last person in the round, which is the hobgoblin, steps in. He drops his bow. He draws his longsword as he comes out, wielding it in two hands, and steps to right here, and goes for Ilenia. So longsword, two-handed.
Oh.
That doesn't. My AC is 19.
With mage armor and all your stuff?
With mage armor
Yeah.
and
Oh, it's green
blade
because
song.
there's a.
Oh, it's
There's
green because it rolled in damage alongside that. Like it added your. Oh no, wait, hold on. 3
No,
plus.
it's just
That is such a weird roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
The
not a crit.
1d4. The 1d4 rolled.
it's
max.
not a crit. As much as I was
why
like,
it's
ooh,
green.
this would be nice
Oh,
to
okay.
land.
Yep. That bounce off.
Boy, if he did though.
Oh right, they roll a variable strength bonus when they're two-handing because creatures are weird.
Yeah, he would do some mega damage, especially if you use martial advantage. So he did not hit you. You are at 19.
Probably drop me.
All right. So as he's doing that, he comes in and just swings. The other hobgoblin is beginning to draw his longsword. They're both pissed off, and they're going for the spellcaster. And Baragon's like, "I, Baragon, shall step."
I, Baragon, will help you. I will guide all of you through this. I will do all the damage. Ah!
I will do all the damage.
Just like briefly there at the end. Fly, you fools.
I feel like. Oh, go ahead, Ilenia.
Fools.
For those that have seen Terminator 2, he just does the thumbs up as he gets.
I'll be back, because I will literally be back.
Oh my gosh, that's so dumb, but so funny. Okay, that was perfect, guys. Yeah, and there's roots, these sickly white roots and vines just burst through the floor, and they wrap around him, and they pull him down. And Meepo's just like, and Meepo's like,
Don't worry, little one.
Meepo, help Meepo! And they both go down, and the floor just kind of seals up with this mass of knotted vines. And
I'll be back.
And Baragon's gone, but we're still technically in the middle of combat. But this combat started and it hasn't stopped. It's been like, what, 7-8 rounds or something? I don't know. It's been a lot. And and there's still more bad guys to fight. But the heroes, you guys have plowed through. This boost up in 5 players has been pretty good. You have definitely stayed alive. A lot better than I thought you might. So this was a great combat, and the combat is technically still going. But we are at our timeout, and we need to stop there. And we'll be back in 2 weeks to see the conclusion of this battle, because they are right in the middle of the boss battle for the upper level. Ooh, Subway, eat fresh. I love Calcaria just got some Subway. So jealous about the Subway.
Yes, I did.
I'm
Sorry.
hungry.
My paycheck posted late, so I wasn't able to order food before the game.
Well, you're going to eat now, and we're supposed to go to eat or go to bed. But that is where the action is. It's right in the middle of combat. Baragon and Meepo get pulled through the floor. The hobgoblins are both out with their long swords ready to kill Ilenia because she's being too awesome. Tristan's keeping people alive, and Richter and Calcaria are taking the brunt of the damage so far. But everyone is still up, and I thought that was a pretty good battle. So,
It was great.
Phew. And I just we're going to review my rules, but other than that, I think strategically, I feel like they're doing what they should do.
So
Not
far.
because I mean I know how I used to always play bad guys. It's just they all run in with melee weapons and attack. I'm like, no, that's not how it would be. They're actually organized because hobgoblins are kicking them around. You know.
Yeah, I think they're being playful.
Yeah. Hobgoblins are tactician units, so they do utilize appropriate tactics.
Like the
So
firing line thing was.
And
A great
corking
idea.
a door.
Yeah.
Good. Some of my chess moves are still working. All right. But
Nearly dropped me.
well, next time, Gadget. Next time. And you know the thing is, that's not even.
You'll have more opportunities. Don't worry.
Yeah,
The way
there's
Calcaria is,
Gadget.
many more opportunities.
there is still more bad guys. Well, I don't want to spoil it. There's more bad guys. Anyways, that's all for Lucas.
I don't think that's spoiling it. We've got more sessions, so there's got to be more bad guys.
So let's do some quick shoutros, and then we'll get out of here. Like I said, we'll see our Baragon Grimclaw in about 3 sessions, so that's about a month and a half. Well, about 2 months when we actually see him back. I don't plan on recasting because I think the other 4 of you are going to do just fine. We'll probably finish Sunless Citadel, and then we'll move on to the next. But the thing is, we might not. If it gets real hairy, he might come back and be like, "You guys are still here."
I mean, at this point, I would say plan on it because I know there's some of us here who want to also go raid the rest of the rooms.
Boy.
I haven't forgotten about any of those rooms. There's some useful stuff
Like
out there.
magical door of frustration that Calcaria couldn't get over.
I will defeat that door
And also this hardcore lock.
by using the cleric.
There's a lock on another door, but you get the key from the dragon lady if you bring back their dragon. So
Yep.
anyway, that's enough for me. You guys have to come back in 2 weeks' time on Thursday nights to see us here. So next week, Tuesday, will be Dungeon World Indigo Magic, where 3 of my players here are also in that. And then that Friday of next week will be our Season 2 finale of Robotech. And we are going to do it, and we're going to make it Season 2 finale. And then Robotech is taking a break.
You catch up on those.
Yeah, you do. You haven't been there in a few weeks there. But then after Season 2, we're going to take a break because that Friday game is going to move to the alternating Thursday where Band of Blades will be premiering our dark military fantasy based off the Forge in the Dark game. So lots of good stuff. And possibly we're looking at some Call of Cthulhu coming up because I'm just feeling the Call of Cthulhu itch. I just ran Dead Border for an in-house gaming convention, and it was fantastic. So I'm feeling some Call of Cthulhu to take the Tuesday slot of Dungeon World when it is over. That is all my future plans. We also might have some new people running some streaming games on this channel. And if you're interested out there in being a player or being a streamer, but using my setup since you don't want to make your own, get a hold of this guy through my Discord. Anyways, that's all I got to say. I'm going to pass it right over to Jodo, and we'll just start rotating through the line, and he can pick the next person, and so on and so forth. And we'll do our shoutros. So, Mr. Jodo.
All right. Yep. Howdy, folks. Jodo1025 here. So I had the pleasure of playing Richter Mercau, our bard rogue multiclass. Or what I'm gonna just call court bard. So I'm having a blast with this. Those of you who know me, I tend to run more games of D&D than I get to actually play in. So it's nice to be able to run around and get to play for a change. So big thank you to Lucas for letting me be on and do that, and big thank you to my fellow castmates for dealing with Richter shenanigans. But yeah, so I'm kind of the local channel hobo. I'm in all of the stuff here on this channel except for one thing, which that's the Friday Dungeon World game. So run by Dem, I think. And then but yeah, so I play Ivan Soronova for Robotech, and then I also play Ralph McLeod for Indigo Magic. Very fun characters. But when I am not here, you can catch me over on my channel, twitch.tv/Jodo1025, where I do run RPG content mostly for charity. So we've done really good for Extra Life charity this year as part of the Children's Miracle Network. We're only about $120 away from our $1,500 goal for this year. So we're so close. But you can catch my shows this Saturday for Blades of the Dark, Knights of Mischief, where the wonderful cast is figuring out that scores are a little bit more difficult when you don't quite think things all the way through. So they're dealing with the fallout. They'll get better. So that'll be this Saturday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then next week, so next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, will be Titans of Aron, a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition adventure, which is a world that I have brewed up myself. And the cast there has been wonderful. Vicarious out there, who has been so wonderful out there, is on my show as Mr. M, aka Babel. So a lovable goblin warlock. So that's going to be awkward come Wednesday.
Well, no wonder he was saying stuff in chat about how goblins aren't all that bad. I get it now.
So, but yeah, come check that out. And then other than that, the hope is we're gonna get going on fully planning out our full cosplay sessions, because there's going to be one session of Titans Moran in full cosplay, and one session of a one shot of Call of Cthulhu for my Operation Cathedral cast as a donation milestone reward for our audience for hitting $1,000. It's just taken a while. So definitely check it out. Stop by, say hello. And again, big thank you to my fellow castmates for letting me yammer on and on and on. Big thank you to Lucas for letting me yammer on and on and on. And eeny, meeny, miny, Ava.
Perfect timing. I just finished that sandwich.
So I am Ava Rogers, obviously. I play Kalkari here on this this Dungeon World game, or not Dungeon World. This is Dungeons and Dragons. I play Alavara on the Tuesday Dungeon World game. I have actually left the Friday Dungeon World game for a number of reasons, all of them personal. No hard feelings with the other cast members or Dem the GM. I think that's the only 2 games I'm here on your channel now, isn't it, Lucas? You can also catch me. Yeah, you can also catch me on Twitter at @thatnerdywriter. No spaces. You'll know it's me when you see my lovely face, and it says Ava Rogers. I'll be a lot more active here throughout this month and the month of November, especially as it is NaNoWriMo starting November 1st, where the challenge is to write a 50,000 word novel. So I'm doing a lot of planning for that over there, and I'll be obviously doing that this November. You can also catch me on Neon Anarchy, a Shadowrun Discord living community where we get to play criminals and do crimes, and it's a good fun. Cyberpunk, dragons, magic, that whole shebang.
Yeah.
If you've seen the movie Bright with Will Smith, it's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Only we're not the good guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are we the bad guys, Hans?
I mean, we're morally gray.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's about all I have got. So, Jeff Beck, your turn.
As she said, I'm Jeff Beck. I am here on Lucas's lovely channel, playing as you saw here, Tristan Guildcrest, the Cleric of Life, here in the Dungeons and Dragons campaign, whereas on the Tuesday night Dungeon World campaign, I'm playing the Death Knight.
Such an
Benny
opposite.
Dot.
Such an opposite. Where I take away life.
I give life and I take it away. But other than that, you might catch me on Into the Darkness, a lovely YouTube channel where we play Call of Cthulhu and talk about Call of Cthulhu as well. However, I'm not in any games in that right now. But if you wish to see me anywhere else, there is a lovely website called smool.com where you can find me. smool.com/JeffBeck1108. And there you'll find my voice acting and singing if you so wish to check out my lovely voice work. But from there, I shall carry on to my fellow Into the Darkness member, Josh.
Okay.
Hello.
One
Okay.
Josh, that one Josh, not the
Yeah,
other Josh.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, hi, I'm Josh, and I play Baragon Grimclaw. But I will be disappearing for a while because of scheduling conflicts with another channel that I'm on, which Jeff has already said, Into the Darkness. You can see me there. I'm there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday now. So you can see me all the time over there. On Fridays, you can see me on a channel that I keep forgetting to shout out called Fantastic Dimensions, run by Ian Christiansen. He is also on Into the Darkness, and he runs a Lamentation Flame Princess campaign called Rogues to Riches, and I, at the minute, on my 5th character, I play Ariana de Medina. She is a Spanish spellcaster, and she's in England in the 16th century, and she wears very revealing clothes, so you can tell how that goes down for her. But yeah, that is really all. So you can see me on at the minute. So yeah, and thank you guys for having me, and I will see you all in a few weeks.
Good. Thank you, sir. From one Josh to the other Josh.
Hi, I am Josh, aka Frostjager. I play the rather stuck-up princess known as Elenia Anastasia. Had a huge blast this session, especially with that thunder wave at the end.
Very effective.
Yep. Minus the loss of hearing it probably caused, but whatever. Magic can fix that or something. I fortunately don't have a social media account, but I can also be found on this channel on every other Tuesday when in the Aliens campaign.
Oh, geez, yeah. We forgot to mention that.
Kind of funny, I think. Besides that, that's pretty much it.
Yep, we're playing the Alien RPG, the 3rd installment of the cinematics, which is called Destroyer of Worlds, which is supposed to be like Chariot of the Gods, only more deadly, which is stupid deadly. But if you like horror games, the Alien RPG is really run by Soundwave's Ghost. He's great at it, and as can be attested by both Frost and Jodo, we've had a great time playing the cinematics and the short campaign we did. It's just nuts. So, but that's it. We got to get out of here. It's time to fly, guys. So until next time, you guys have a good night. So we'll see you then. Good night. God bless and good gaming. Peace. We're out of here. Have a good one. See me rolling.